Hello and welcome to this little vlog. This was a vlog that I took at the Mount Briscoe Rare and Traditional Breeds show in County Offaly. We had a great time. A lot of the video, the footage that you're about to see, includes a lot of conversations that I had. I didn't want to put the camera in their face, but it was a lot of conversations with farmers, which is so interesting. I think I repeated myself a lot, but hopefully you'll find the answers and some topics that were brought up about Irish wool really interesting. I also managed to get a really good talk that Geoffrey Potterton gave all about Irish wool and the issues with the industry. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and also you see a lot of our fun faces, and there's also a pig on a lead, tiny chickens, little ponies. Enjoy. So we're here today at the Mount Briscoe Rare and Traditional Breed Show, and myself and Liz, and we've got Susan, and we've got Sandra, and we've got Mary Cooper as well. So we've come from Limerick, we've come from Clare, we've come from Sligo to be in Offaly. So we're very keen on this whole thing, but we're demonstrating just down the field there in one of the gazebos. But there are several rare breeds here of we've got ponies, horses, cattle and sheep, and I'll show you the sheep in a moment, but first I'm just by the ponies and they're so cute. Oh, you're going to see them. Oh, sheep shearing is going to be on in a minute. We'll have to be there.
Now in the butch room in the centre of the showground.
Look at this little curly headed guy.
Oh, did I
Hello, friend.
Like that, you're frightened.
We're down there. There's Sandra. She's spinning away. And then they are judging some Jacobs down there, I think. Yeah, judging some Jacobs. And we're just going to have a chat with Godfrey Potterton now in the little lecture space.
One in Kilkenny that's up and working. The problem is, our wool goes to China. They wash it and they scour it and they do all their things and then sell it back to us. The wash that comes off when it's been washed needs to be treated. The Chinese don't care a damn about it. They let it into the Yangtze River or the Yellow River, and it doesn't matter a damn. It's expensive to treat that, but we need some of the universities or some of the big companies. We're all polluting the world with plastic. Plastic is becoming a bad word. There's plastic everywhere. I picked up the National Geographic, showed islands in the Pacific made from plastic. We have this fantastic product that's biodegradable and all the bits that go with that, and we're dumping it. We need one of the universities or two of the universities to come up. We can blend it with anything. We need research with it. There's a piece of leather. There's a lot of leather leaving this country. That's biodegradable and everything else, but we're using plastic. Plastic must be incredibly cheap. It must be for half nothing. But there's an atmosphere it's becoming a bad word, and it should be a bad word. But we have that fantastic product, it's green, and we're dumping it out of the country. And we need some, it's not going to, the wool people haven't the finance or expertise, but the universities have, and they're developing products. They seem to be going off chasing, everything is IT, but we're letting this fantastic product out of the country as being a dumping price. It's a waste of potential in what we have. Britain have the wool board. They do some work on it too. They have different types of wool. This lady here is an expert on wool. So that's my story. I think it's a complete waste, and we need some of the University Department of Development, Innovation, that kind of thing. It is there, and it's there almost free.
I have started walking the hills this year far more intensively than I ever did, and because of the hills that we have in Ireland and the bog on top, I walk in Wellingtons, and I began wearing the usual socks made of cotton, and they weren't doing my feet any good, and I He's
He's just doing
he's like
quality
that,
control. Just quality control, you know. It's got to keep your story straight.
I bought some wool socks, and my God,
Yes.
the difference. They are, I have to say, amazing. So then I was speaking to my son, who climbs hills every day, and he's a boulder climber and all of this sort of thing. And he always wears wool, and he was saying that all of the clothes that we should wear should be made of wool. Now, my skin wouldn't, I don't think, take it. But what his point was that wool, you don't sweat as much if you're using wool socks or a wool shirt. That it's much better, and it's something that most of our generation don't know. We've been brought up to think that cotton was a much better idea.
If a sheep wears it 24/7 all the year, their body temperature almost the same as our own. Ernest Shackled and Tom Crean, what did they do?
Wool.
They wore wool. They went down to the South Pole. All the explorers back in time wore wool. Woolen underwear. You mentioned it could be itchy. Merino wool you can wear next to your skin. Shetland wool from the Shetland Islands. Very, very fine. If you take one fibre of wool and you look at it, put it under a microscope, there are little scales on it. The coarser the wool, the bigger they are, and the end of the fibre, it pricks you. But merino wool you can wear next to your skin. Icebreaker and a whole lot of that top end wool you can wear next to your skin. But the early explorers all wore wool. Shackleton and Crean and Scott, they wore, and Amundsen, he used animal pelts and thing. But they survived. They had lots of difficulties, but the cold didn't get them because they wore wool. But it's a marvellous product, and I think at time it will come round again. It will. And we have a good wool. Our wool has what's known as bounce. If you blend that with the merino wool, which is extremely fine, it will give it a bounce. Different breeds of sheep. Here in Ireland we've basically two types of wool. We've lowland wool and we've the horny wool from the mountains. But it's worth very, very little. Yeah, sheep in Ireland, mainly 90%. It's lamb that's been sold. It's meat, it's red meat. That's what they're produced for. Sheep, they're built. There's a couple of sheep farms making cheese. There's a very good one now set up down in Mayo. He was a dairy farmer and he was fed up trying to work his dairy farm on wet, his difficult land, difficult climate, I think around Claremorris. And he let his cows go and he's milking 300 ewes. He gets his ewes out in February. They're not poaching the ground, they're not eating a lot, but he's making cheese and doing very well, the same guy. Really, really well. He had to change his mindset from milking cows to down to sheep, but he is flying. He said he had difficulty, there was always silage pits and there was silage to be made, so many tons of it, and it was big scale, but now he's milking his 300 ewes. And he's making cheese. The cheese goes away. He is doing very, very well. So they're suitable for that.
Is he machine milking? Machine milking?
Oh yeah.
Yes, machine has to be. Yeah, machine milking. Proper designed. There's one in Tipperary as well. There are different types of sheep. They're milk sheep. They're like the Holstein.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Yes.
The sheep dairies are multiplying all over the place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Instead of a dual purpose animal, it's actually a trifecta.
Yeah.
Wool,
Wool,
milk.
Meat.
Yes.
so it's a trifecta animal.
What's that word?
Trifecta.
Trifecta. No.
Triple use.
Can I write that down later?
Do.
Infect 3 times.
Trifecta. Thank
It's
you.
a trifecta animal.
A triple use.
It's down. But yeah, they're a great animal. They're a great animal, and they're sheep way up in the Himalayas and way off up near the blooming North Pole and down in the Sahara Desert. There's all kinds of sheep. So that's I think they're a great animal.
That was lots of fun. Godfrey's a really interesting man. He is really, really, really interested in Irish wool, and I think we're trying to organise to get together and maybe, because he's really interested in getting the universities into researching Irish wool, what it can be used for, and then maybe industry can come from there. He's a very interesting man. Anyway, I also bought some jam. Yum! So now back to spinning.
Hello, chickies. Hi, little chickadees. Oh, aren't you beautiful? Look at these fluffy ducks. Is this your mommy?
Hey, stop focusing on that. Focus on the duckies. They're so cute. Hello, duckies. Oh, and we've got a little goat and a little cow. Hello, my love. Little calf. 2 little piggies. What types of pigs are these? Oh, they're gorgeous. Hello, darling. Lovely. Lovely. Ripping the place up. As pigs are wont to do. Got little sheeps. Tiny little sheeps. Oh, and these are the lovely Jacobs. Look at this lovely, lovely wool. Oh, they're such beautiful, beautiful things. Donna D. Jacobs. Cathal Walsh. Jacob sheep. Linda Walsh. We've got Svortles over there. Look at this fine ram. Oh, the size of him. Look at those horns. I love that fleece. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. We've got some Suffolks. Little yellow Suffolks again. They do these to show off the Suffolks, so they say to show off the head and show off the body and the fleece. It's like a sheep fake tan. And they spray it on. These are the Svortles at the back.
And these other ones, they're Jacob. Oh, they're gorgeous.
They're more
They're nicer. They're nicer than any of the man. There's something just lovely about that.
Jacobs. Big Jacob. Tiny Jacob. Little face. Look at your lovely face.
They're nice.
Okay.
They're lovely.
And then these are white sheep. I wonder what they are. They're probably. Have to get a before and after. Now, so this sheep, this ewe here, ewe or ewe, is Mummy. These are her 2 little lambs. They were just born this year. They're fine big lambs now, aren't they? Aren't you? You're doing well. Huh? No. Huh? You're doing well. So, this ewe is going to be sheared today. Now, I feel like I want to take out some VM before I even start. So yeah, there, she's quite... Oh, look at that fleece. Oh my goodness. There's a lot in that now. I don't know if you can see it's back. You can see the skin down there. So we've got at least 6 inches. Lovely. Lovely. You must be roasting, Pet. Oh gosh. So it should be lovely and clean now today. So that'll be great. Now, this is you. Are you alright? Hot and bothered. You won't be hot and bothered now anymore. Right. Oh, there's a stamp. Excuse me, sir. So on the neck there would be lovely. Let's see. To get that. EM. Get out there. What is that? Sorry, no. There we go. We'll leave you. So that is going to be a lovely fleece. If you can see that, it's very black, but beautiful, beautiful. Ah, very nice. So hopefully we're going to get our hands on some of that. But we've got 5 of us fighting over this fleece. Thanks, darling. They were sheared in February. Oh God, how are they doing at the snow?
They're inside.
Oh right, yeah.
Just so they have a bit more wool on them for the shawls.
Oh yes.
You know, you couldn't need the whole fleece because
no, it's very short.
Next year it'll be very.
Oh no, you couldn't. No.
No, at least she'll probably short again now in February time.
Yeah. Do they grow? So twice a year shear.
She white people. Generally, you'd only shear them once. Like,
oh yeah,
May, early June. Like.
Yeah.
But the ones for showing, just try to have a bit more wool on them.
Oh,
the Suffolks, they were short now in June.
Yes.
First few days of June.
Yeah.
But they don't have to have much wool on them.
No, they wouldn't generally need to have too much wool. I mean, but they're kind of a downy breed, aren't they? They have a tight wool, yeah. So they wouldn't have as much long wool. No. But the wool is lovely all the same. You just spin it differently.
All right, yeah.
You spin it woolen, so woolen spun instead of worsted. Where these would be really good for like long, for strong things like socks and things like that. But the woolen spun would be great for jumpers.
All right,
because you need it airy and soft. You don't necessarily need long wool.
That's a pity because it's worth nothing like.
Oh, I know. It's worth nothing.
And so make red clothes. The clothes are so expensive.
You see, the thing is that, yeah, exactly. there's not much of an industry. There's not much of an industry towards it because they're focused mostly on food. The government's focused on food. They pushed food, really, haven't they? And they've done great things with food. Irish food, Irish meat, Irish products, Irish dairy. But wool, they kind of just abandoned it, really. Yeah. But if we could get a small, absolutely, my granddad actually, we found a receipt recently under the bed. My granddad had a receipt for how much wool was worth in the 1950s. It was like £100 of wool. So I'd say you'd get £4 off a sheep. So what was that? 40 sheep?
7 or 8
£7 or 8. So £100 of wool. How many sheep is that? Give or take.
15 sheep.
15 sheep. So he got in today's money about €850 for the fleeces.
There was a fella telling me in 90 after the war that his uncle bought land for £20 an acre. And the wool of 3 sheep was buying an acre of land.
3 sheep,
the wool of 3 sheep.
Wow.
So it must be about £7 a piece or whatever. And he says, like, in 51, 52, the farmers started coming in and buying the land and the land was changed very quickly. You know, in Australia, it's up on the
yeah, I mean, Australia was built on the back of the sheep, to be honest. Yeah, and I think it is still there. I come from like a kind of knitting background now, so there's a big kind of push for local native breeds because we're kind of becoming more kind of environmentally aware and we realise that, well,
I should have all what they're after, the big numbers and all, won't last like that.
No, you have to do that. But I'm really excited about seeing this fleece. Our pole Dorsets. And how big would they get now? They're only little lambs. They're only just born in.
The same size as the Galways.
They'd come over to the Galways. Oh, so they get quite big, really.
Yeah.
So these are the Galways. Are these yours as well?
No, they're not.
No, they're not. No. Oh, lovely. So there's 2 of those, and the wool is. Hi, baby. You all right? It's a bit skittery. I don't blame you. Some random lady touching your bum. That's fine. Yeah, lovely. So would the wool get a little bit longer? I suppose over time. Yeah, it would get quite long now. They kind of puffs out, kind of big.
Yeah, heavy fleece as well.
Heavy fleece. Yeah. So the lot very tight, is it?
No, it's very loose. It's actually good for spinning with.
Is it? Yeah.
My mother spins the wool.
Does she?
Yeah.
Does she have her own spinning wheel?
Yeah, she's in her own craft shop as well.
Fabulous. What's her name?
Alison Fulham.
Alison Fulham. Do you know, someone up at the top was telling me about her. I must look her up. That's amazing. So how many of these do you have, do you think? Do you have a big sheep farm or?
Well, we have a good few at home. I have 20 of them myself.
20 of them, right.
That's my own flock. So.
Yeah.
And then we'd have about 70 at the Jacob sheep.
70 Jacobs. Alright, so. And is that all you'd have on the farm?
Oh no, we'd have other, we'd have other commercial sheep.
Commercial sheep. Oh yeah, for like meat.
Yeah.
Oh great. And does she keep all of the Dorset wool or all of the wool, or does she?
Yeah, she keeps all the wool. Well, most of the wool, bar the commercial wool, it goes just to the wool merchant.
Yeah, straight to the wool merchant. So she works away with that. That's a lot of wool for one woman to have.
Oh yeah, she fairly well. Yeah.
Does she have a lot of it?
Yeah, she does.
Is it in the attic?
Oh, it's everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great if we could get, because there's no scouring facilities in Ireland to send the wool to.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck with having to clean it all yourself.
Yeah.
In the bath or whatever. How does she clean it?
She doesn't wash it until she has it spun into a yarn.
So she spins it in the fleece first.
In the natural oils.
In the grease, yes. And then she washes it. Yeah, I suppose that's the only way to do it. Does she have her own shed, or she does that?
She has her own shed for
her own studio.
Yeah.
I think you'd need it.
Well, yeah.
That much, please. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that's
no
great. Thank you. And then these are the Galway. And who owns the Galway? This man. Hello, how are you?
How are you doing, Ian?
How many Galway do you have? Is there a lot?
They're belonging to a neighbour of mine now.
They're a neighbour, yeah.
There's a lot of breeders in Galway.
There's a lot of breeders, are they? They're beautiful. I've heard that Galway is kind of the only Irish really native Irish breed left in Ireland.
Well, some of them would say the Belclare genetics behind them as well. So.
Yeah. So they're kind of a crosses. And were these? Do you know anything about when they were shorn and stuff? Are these lambs?
There's 4 lambs.
4 lambs, and she's the mother. She's the ewe, and she's the only one that was sheared, and the rest of them are.
They would be sheared to 15th to 20th of May.
Yeah. Because we're all about the fleece. Yeah. Please have noticed. We're all about that fleece. And we're really excited to come today because there was going to be Galways and Jacobs, and you know, kind of we went to Sheep 2018 to Athenry, and they were all just commercial breeds really. There was one Galway, I think, and then there was a couple of Jacobs, yeah. But there was a lot of just meat breeds, you know, and then the wool wouldn't be worth anything.
Well, like, we try to be sheared in the summer, but like the wool is no good in Ireland because it's all damaged from winter staying.
Well, no, it actually just has to be prepared afterwards. Everywhere has weather. You know, Scotland. In Scotland, what they're doing is on the islands, real weather now. Like that's like horizontal trees. Like all of their wool goes to a scouring mill on the island, and it's just there's no place in Ireland to actually clean it.
Yeah, everything's
you ship it abroad, you ship it everywhere else, but they've no scouring mill in Ireland, which is the main problem, because if you can clean the wool, you get rid of the crappy stuff like the bottom and the arse and all the rest of it, and then the back of the sheep and the neck and you know the sides. It's, you know, if you wash it, it comes up beautiful. I took some of the wool from Athenry and I washed it, and it's after spinning up perfectly white, even though it was like this colour coming off, you know, and you'd think, oh, it's crap. But it's crap because it's not been washed, it's not been prepared, and there's not that facility in Ireland to do it. So it's all just shipped abroad.
Is there any
market
money?
Yeah. There is if you make one, and we are in the process of making one really. Because in Scotland what they've done is like small farmers, say with, you know, 50 to 100 head of sheep, would choose a breed, like Dalton Border Leicester is an example. They've got Border Leicester sheep. They're particularly focused on the breed, and then they send the wool to get made into yarn, and then they sell it as knitting yarn, and they can sell it for per 100 grams. They can sell it for 16 pounds for 100 grams. So it's about putting money into it. You know, what is it? It's creating value. You've got to add value to the wool. Just as it is, it's not going to do anything. But the thing is that having to ship it abroad and getting someone to scour it, getting someone to do it, it's really difficult in Ireland because it'll add too much cost and it's just totally unreasonable to do it. So that's why everyone just doesn't bother, I think. Or doesn't even think about it. But then there's the focus on... Another one's daughter of a shepherd. She took over the sheep farm from her father because he was died or he was dying. And she took on actually making something. She sells them for meat as well, like, but she actually took the wool and she focused on Gotland sheep, and she's commercial sheep as well. But the Gotland sheep actually took over because she started selling the wool, like making the wool into yarn, and then actually making it into products and selling it. So it's about like not just meat. You know? The wool is such a shame to throw it away. You know, and that's what happens. You just throw it away, you burn it, and it, you know, it costs more to shear than it does to sell it to them.
Everyone just throw in the bag.
It's
whatever goes in, it goes in.
Exactly, yeah. So there are things that are being done in England, and England has the same weather as Ireland. There's no reason why we can't grow the same fleece, you know.
It's just if the price so bad, nobody...
In Ireland.
Yeah, nobody cares about it, so it's
that's it, but we do. We're slowly trying to plant the seed.
I just care about getting it off.
Getting it off and getting the money. If you could get the money for it. If there was a scouring facility, you could sell it to them.
When it was good, when the wool trade was good a couple of years ago, like lads were very particular about what they do. Nowadays they don't care.
Now you just shove it in. It's not worth it. Yeah, it's such a shame. Anyway, thanks so much.
No problem at all.
I just want to lecture everybody, really. That's my job today. But I'm really interested in the Galway. There's a man that's actually, I don't know if you know him, it's Diarmid from Estvist. Diarmid Cummins is his name, and he is the scouring facility. So he will contact our farmers directly with Galway. He's really interested in Galway and Jacob sheep. And he creates yarn out of it, and he's able to sell it for 100 grams he's able to sell it for €21 for 100 grams. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on what you take in. You know, 100 grams, you'd probably get 2 kg off sheep.
Galway probably 5.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. So you'd get definitely you would. So he's really interested in Galway sheep.
Well, I know Paddy that has one him. 35 wherever going we was.
35 of them.
Yeah, and we sheared all of them this year. The ring is hanging up in the bag in the sheds. I see him this morning.
Really? Yeah. Still there. Where is he?
Banderslow.
Oh my god. Because that is interesting. For me, I'd love to get my hands on the Galway.
He'd sell it.
I'd say he would now.
He has 2 or 3 bags there. Last year's one probably there as well.
2 or 3, I would take them off his hands. Very fast now. But yeah, on the hunt for Galway now because I know it's gorgeous. Lovely. Listen, thanks so much. Oh, we're on lunch. That sounds nice. Hello, ladies. I've been shopping. I got some jam. We got this lovely sign from Dublin Maker. Thank you very much, Dublin Maker. And our nice sign here. We've got some wool. These are all yours, Mary, are they? Macquarie wool craft, handmade in Sligo. Can people buy these online?
Yes.
They can. On your website, which will be found down below in the description below. Beautiful. This is mohair. Local Irish mohair. The only mohair flock in Ireland. Mary has it. It's pretty fantastic. And these are our little samples of the Woolmaker's Bliss.
As I kept saying to everybody, off. As in slightly not invited. What's the eye problem?
Hi, Peggy.
Mind you wouldn't chew all your stuff now.
What is the story with this pig?
He wants to go back to the other pigs.
I say so.
Because he keeps starting fights with them.
No. No.
He has attitude. Hi. He's literally a pet pig.
Yeah, he sleeps inside.
Oh my god. He's going to get very big, lads.
He's already fairly old. He's the same age as here.
Really? What age is he?
He's only 4 months.
Yeah, he's going to get very big.
$0.60
No, I haven't seen the hand shears before, so this is really interesting. God, he's doing this.
When it was worth a pound, we should be getting €15 a kilo.
So what does it cost to get off a piece of wool off a sheep though?
To shear a sheep?
Yeah.
Well, if you're doing it by time, I'd be very badly paid.
So the general run?
€2, $2.50.
Yeah. The fleece comes into
60 cents a kilo.
2 kilos.
You need 3 kilos to move that.
You're down 40 cents already. 50.
And the helper has to get a few quid too. Very slow.
The Australians, they're still getting wool from merino sheep. And it's supposed to be very sought after. The socks I'm wearing are merino wool. €18 for a pair.
It's worth €100 a fleece, a good merino fleece.
But they're lovely, they're really it absorbs the sweat and it lets your feet breathe. It's very healthy. But they're very...
They're also very cold at night. Yeah. To have good wool, you need dry it hard. Cold at night. Of course. Someone get me a cup of coffee in an hour.
He's actually doing very well there for the length of the wool. His shears must be very sharp because if I sharpen the shears, the wool would just bend around it.
Lots of competitions around the world shearing.
Well, one of the farmers I buy from, two people from China, and they make all sorts of things. But they're getting so before. No, it's not paying.
There she is. All sheared down. Lovely. Very nice. Well done. So we had a wonderful day at Mount Briscoe, and I realised when I was editing it that I didn't really do any sort of outro. So I do want to say thank you so much to Margaret from Mount Briscoe for inviting us as the guild. It was so much fun. I had so many really, really cool chats with farmers, and I think people actually started to get very interested. I think we've got a long way to go with Irish wool. But I know there are some very interesting things happening. So if you are interested in more of this stuff, do please subscribe to the channel, to Babel's Travelling Yarns. And also, if you want to be kept up to date with what the guild is up to, you can go on to our website and click on the menus tab. There's a newsletter tab that you can click, and that will take you to sign up to the newsletter. We will be sending out regular newsletters on all the events that you can come and demonstrate at if you're a member. And there's also on the website you can find out how to become a member in the first place. And then you'll be covered by our insurance to go and demonstrate. So yeah, so thank you so much for coming along with us. We had such a great time. I was very tired at the end of the day, at the end of the 2 days, because these were 2 consecutive show days, which was maybe not a good idea, but it was very, 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 I'm so glad I went to both. They were both very different shows, both Dublin Maker and the Mount Briscoe show. So I'm really glad I did go to both, but I'm quite tired now. But you know, what's life if not for living? Thanks for seeing, staying, subscribing, saying hello. And if you'd like to, if you're curious about anything that was said or you overheard in the podcast, do just comment down below and I'll be able to answer and see if I can answer, because I've learned so much in the last 2 days. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.